You know, it's been a while since old Snips talked about climate change. Zero Hedge is going to fill us in. You know how I always say, first of all, you know how I always say, if you get bad data, you make bad decisions. And we've been getting bad data our whole lives because of something called politicians and government. And everything, oh, we got to do this, we've got to do that, we need taxes. It's all based on bad data. You know, I've told this story before. I'll say it again because it's been a while. In the mid-'90s, I wanted to be an auto mechanic. Went to a high school / trade school. Learned a little bit about working on cars, but you know how that goes. You got to really get out there and learn hands-on. So I went to a guy, Johnny runs his shop, and he has his brother Jimmy. You know, became friends and stuff, but they were a little older than me. And I worked for them for a number of years, learning how to fix cars and that kind of thing. And now, hold on a second. Wait 1 second. All right, I'm back. And we used to use Freon. And the Freon came from one of the globalist families. I just had the name on the tip of my tongue and I lost it. They're DuPonts, the DuPonts. And we, you know, the cars before I think 2003 or 4 used R12 Freon. Okay? We get a notification, you know, however the hell they got the notification, whatever. We're phasing out R12. All the newer cars are coming with R134A because we've done a scientific study and the scientists are telling us that R12 is eating holes in the ozone layer. So guess what happened to the price of relatively inexpensive R12 Freon? It went through the roof. Because not everybody is going to go buy a brand new car, and they weren't exactly making retrofit kits yet to retrofit into the R134A system. Not only that, you had to replace, I think, not the evaporator, not the condenser, what we used to call the dryer, something accumulator. And you had to get this, you know, anyways, it cost you a bunch of money to retrofit once it finally came out, which was, I think, a couple years later. So it was like, you know, circa 2005 or so, I guess, which, I mean, I really started working for them in 05, I think, or maybe it was 06. But anyway, and I said 04. Let me back up. The new cars as of 2003 were coming with R134A. I'm working there in 1996, 97, 98, but you don't work on brand new cars at a guy's shop. It wasn't a dealership. It was just a guy's auto repair shop. You're working on the 1980s cars. And maybe even late 70s. Okay, that's what's coming in there. And they're all on R12. And no, they don't want to spend money to do a retrofit kit. Because they weren't even available yet anyways. So again, what happens to the price of R12 Freon? What cars need Freon? Does a brand new car need Freon? No, it doesn't. But the 12, 15, 20-year-old cars, oh, they need Freon. Problems. Oh, my evaporator went out, this went out. How much does it cost for that? Well, it costs you this, but you need 2.5 pounds of Freon. How much is, you know, $30 a pound? Whoa! It's going to cost me over $100 for just the Freon. Yeah, sorry. When it used to be, you know, a couple bucks a pound or something. Guess what happened? I don't know the exact year. It was in the 2000s. I read an article. R12 Freon doesn't cause that. We made a mistake. Bad data. Doesn't mess up the ozone layer. Who got rich while they were phasing out R12? Something that was maybe $1, $2. I don't remember the pricing right now. $1, $2, $3. I really don't know. A pound. I know it went over 30. Really expensive. People were pissed. And they would, you know, yelling at us basically. And I'm like, hey, what do you want us to do? I got to buy a 30-gallon jug of this stuff. You know how much it cost me? DuPont made a killing. Oh, bad data. Oh, okay, so can we go back on to R12? Well, no, all the new, I mean, we're in the 2000s. Everything's on R134. What are you going to re-retrofit stuff to unretrofit, you know, go back? No. We move on to the new stuff. And well, you know, the new stuff's not nearly as expensive. Yeah, but I got to pay for a retrofit kit, and that's the expensive part, and the labor. Yeah, I hear you. Sorry. You want it fixed or not, you know. So, where was I? Zero Hedge. Major math error puts widely cited global warming study on ice. Whoop, whoop, whoop. A widely circulated study which concluded that global warming is far worse than previously thought has been called into question by a math error, reports the Daily Caller's Michael Bastas. Princeton scientist Lori Resplendy and researchers at the Scripps Institution of Oceanography, concluded in October that the Earth's oceans have retained 60% more heat than previously thought over the last 25 years, suggesting global warming was much worse than previously believed. Okay. The report was covered or referenced by mainstream media outlets worldwide, including fake news Washington Post, fake news New York Times, fake news BBC, and uber fake news Reuters, and others, it says, and for others, Associated Press. The Washington Post, for example, reported, quote, the higher than expected amount of heat in the oceans means more heat is being retained within the Earth's climate system each year rather than escaping into space. In essence, more heat in the ocean signals that global warming is more advanced than scientists thought, end quote. Well, I haven't read the article yet. I saw the headline. Joe, do a video. I didn't even send this one to myself in an email like I do typically. I'll see something during the day. Oh, let me do a video later. I did one video about the atomic wallet for, tomorrow morning, which you'll see. And then, let me do a second video. Oh, that looks good over in Fitzgerald. Let me do it. Didn't even read it, hardly any of it. Just first couple sentences. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to guess now that this article is going to say the new data suggests that the core of the Earth is what's heating up. Thus, the oceans getting hotter. And I'm pretty sure Cliff High and his web told us that years ago, that that's where the heat comes from. Active sun makes an inner core Earth active, as well as Saturn, Pluto, Uranus, everything else out there, which is why when I saw a study that came from data from NASA satellites, is where they got the data from a long time ago, which blew the whole global warming crap out of the water for me. It showed all the planets heating up at the same time. This period of global warming we've recognized, all the planets heated up. Whoa. Saturn, check. Jupiter, check. Pluto, check. No, Pluto. Is it a ninth planet or is it not? Whatever you check. I'm pretty sure we're not on any of those planets, us pesky humans. And our CO2. So anyways, I'm going to take a shot and guess that they're about to talk about the core of the Earth heating up, not the outside in. Let's just see. I could be wrong. Maybe they're not even going to say it, but spider sense is tingling. Bling, bling, bling. Let's go ahead and say that. The New York Times at least hedged their reporting, claiming that the estimates, if proven accurate, could be another indication that the global warming of the past few decades has exceeded conservative estimates and has been more closely in line with scientists' worst-case scenarios. Unfortunately for the Princeton Scripps team, it appears that their report has been proven inaccurate. Independent scientists... not a Page Shield scientist. Oh, got it. No wonder why. Someone who can afford to tell the truth, because his paycheck doesn't depend upon him not telling the truth. Got it. Independent scientist Nick Lewis found the study had apparently serious, but surely inadvertent, errors in the underlying calculations. Lewis's findings were quickly corroborated by another researcher, says the Daily Caller. Just a few hours of analysis and calculations based only on published information was sufficient to uncover apparently serious, but surely inadvertent, we didn't mean to make that mistake, errors in the underlying calculations. He wrote in a blog post, Lewis did, published on climate scientist Judith Curry's Climate Etc. website. After correcting the math error, Lewis found that the paper's rate of oceanic warming is, about average compared with the other estimates they showed. And as a matter of fact, below the average for the years 1993 through 2016. Whoa. Lewis's conclusion was replicated and supported by University of Colorado professor Roger Pike Jr., hand me my handkerchief, who tweeted his work. Lewis found the study's authors, led by Princeton, Harvard, Yale, bullets, bombs, and banks, says Gerald Celente. Princeton. Lewis found the study's authors, led by Princeton University scientist Lori Resplendy erred in calculating the linear trend of estimated ocean warming between 91 and 2016. Lewis has also criticized climate model predictions, which generally overpredict warming. Resplendy and her colleagues estimated ocean heat by measuring the volume of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the atmosphere. The results: the ocean took up 60% more heat than previously thought. The study only sent alarm bells ringing, especially in the wake of the United Nations' latest climate assessment. And Roger Spike Jr. tweeted, "This claim of a simple but profoundly important error in Resplendy et al. Is a big deal. So I have downloaded the data from Nature and replicated Nick Lewis claims." And guess what? Next slide. Lewis is correct that the linear trends reported by Resplendy, etc., or et al. Are not matched by what the data indicate. See the figure below. Okay. P.S. You can read the thing here, whatever. Yep. Resplendy has yet to respond to Lewis regarding the errors found in her math. Writing on Tuesday, to date, I have had no substantive response from her, despite subsequently sending a further email containing the key analysis sections from a draft of this article. Similarly, neither Resplendy nor co-author Ralph Keeling responded to the Daily Caller's request for comment. That's because it goes against the narrative. We need carbon credits. We need carbon taxes to put on the sheeple. We haven't taxed them to death enough. We need to tax them beyond death. Hit them with carbon taxes, which will do nothing to curb carbon usage or production. Oh, you're a certain size company, okay, you're in this area of the world, yeah. Okay, you're allowed this much tonnage of carbon per year. If you go over that amount, you're going to get taxed or fined to death. You can purchase carbon credits, though, which will lessen that kind of hit on you. If you have enough carbon credits, then you don't get the fine. And there'll be a market where you can buy, like a stock market, buy, sell, trade, where you can exchange carbon credits. Oh, what? That's what I was reading. That's where this is going. Huh. So you really don't care about carbon in the air. Because if I could just buy my way out of it, what the hell difference does it make? Right? I'll just buy, the fine is $2 million, or I could spend $200K in carbon credits and not pay $2 million. All right, let me just go buy that. Now, granted, if that wasn't in place at all, you didn't have to spend the $200K to not have to spend the $2 million. See? The scam isn't put on you. You just live life the way you are, trying to make a buck, trying to make ends meet, just trying to live your life like you're supposed to. Don't want much. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple woman. Just leave me be. Let me do my thing. I'm a happy person. Nope. It's never enough. They need more. They need more. They need more. And we're going to tax you. Again, Al Gore will become a billionaire overnight should this whole carbon credit thing go somewhere. It hasn't. But if it does, his investments make him an instant billionaire. Now, how's that for an inconvenient truth? Like his sorry fake movie that I saw and believed in. One of the red pills that I thought I was red pilling, right? Oh man, what are we doing to the planet? Why is this being hidden from us? How did I not know this? And then I research it and I come across that NASA satellite data. The whole world's planets are heating up in the whole solar system. All of them. So clearly there's a direct correlation to something that affects all the planets. And then reading just a tiny bit more, oh, it's the sun. Sun does it. Okay, got it. Okay. So everything Al Gore is now trying to prove is garbage. And then I found some other documentaries later that really go through all the points that he tried to make, and they show you how it's complete nonsense. Thus sealing the deal for me. I mean, the deal was already sealed for me as soon as I saw the NASA satellite data. Now I'm mad. I thought I was red pilling. I got a false red pill. It was a fake. It was a phony. It was a pill that was blue, colored red, so to speak. Oh, now I get the real red pill, thanks to the satellite data. And these people are not even going to respond. You guys have a major publication out there. No comment, no reply. Send a second email. Hey, this is very serious. Please look at our data and let us know if, no comment. Why? Because it doesn't fit the narrative. Just like the FDA and these damn drug companies. Well, we did a study, and the study shows that, who did you hire to do the study? This company over here that does those things. That's all they do. How do they get paid? Well, we have to pay them for the study. And if they don't produce the results you want out of that study, you're going to fire them, right? Well, you know, I mean, yeah, what the hell are we paying them for? You know, wink, wink, you know. So it's in their best interest to tell you what you want to hear so they can keep their jobs. And they're getting paid a lot of money, of course. You know, I'm a scientist. Princeton, Harvard, Yale, I'm a scientist. That has a $200,000 student loan to get rid of. I got to get paid, son. Because I get paid to do the wild thing. Wild thing. Yeah, so all it takes is exposing this. And that's what we do out here. Realist News, everywhere else. We expose the fake news, the fake reports, the fake data. Everything is fake. Our lives, it's like everything's imaginary. It's all fake based on fake data, bad data. Why are we all sick? Because we're taking drugs and things that are making us sick. And they're putting crap in the food that are making us sick. But the one thing that can help, CBD oil, see my links below in the description box. CBD oil, got a little bit of THC. Oh, that's a class 3 felony. It's marijuana, man. It's being legalized, and the results thus far, people that are having all kinds of different conditions, ooh boy. The FDA and the medical industry has some explaining to do when this little, what I like to call miracle plant, is going to put them out of business. And it's going to cause the healthcare industry in this country to go way down in price for everybody because you're going to have less sick people. Take care.